Hello, everybody. Okay, so I just woke up. It's 12:30. I woke up actually earlier. I think I woke up at like 1 a.m., but I was really tired, so I went back to sleep. So I felt like making a video, so I'm gonna do it. And there's my kitty cat. She's probably hungry as usual. She like meows at me all day. If she doesn't have food in her bowl, she eats so much, so I'm just gonna try not to feed her, you know, as much. Try to just feed her like once a day, but she eats so much and she's getting fat and she's old. So she's just going to eat so much and then get fat and die. So anyways, today's video is going to be about, it's another test. I'm doing another testing video. I kind of enjoy doing it. It's kind of just for fun. I did the personality test and got INTP or whatever it is. Today I'm going to be taking an autism test. Now, autism's like one of the most interesting things for me. All of my like favorite people of all time has had autism. Einstein speculated to have autism. I'm not 100% sure if he had autism, but it's probably very likely. You got Newton, Isaac Newton also, who had autism. He obviously he did have autism, which is just fascinating. I love people who's have those types of minds, who are autistic and very, very, very intelligent. You got Mozart, who was highly autistic also. Then you have Charles Darwin. Not 100% sure if he had autism or not, but very likely. So let's get into it. I'm going to try to go through the questions really fast. So yeah. I prefer to do things with others rather than on my own. Definitely disagree. I so much rather do things on my own. I suck at doing things by my with other people. Yeah, but first let me say before I actually finish all this, autism. I obviously don't have autism, so I don't like. I've already taken this test before, but I just felt like doing it for a video. I don't have autism, and if you take a test like this and you score like you have autism, there's a high chance that you like don't have autism. So never take a test, an online test, seriously. Just go to a therapist, psychiatrist, or whatever, a doctor, whatever. If you think you have something, never self-diagnose or anything like that. Just don't do that. So yeah. I prefer to do things the same way over and over again. Definitely agree. I hate changing things up. I hate my schedule being messed up at all because it kind of just freaks me out. If I try to imagine something, I find it very easy to create a picture in my mind. Yes. I'll put slightly agree, not like 100%. Definitely agree. I frequently get so strongly absorbed in one thing that I lose sight of other things. Definitely agree. Like 100%. I often notice small sounds when others do not. I'm gonna have to put definitely agree, just because I'm schizophrenic. So yes, I'm gonna notice sounds that others do not. I usually notice car number plates or some similar strings of information. I'll put slightly agree. I don't want to put. I do that, but I'm not gonna put definitely agree. Other people frequently tell me that what I've said is impolite, even though I think it's polite. I'll put slightly agree. Excuse me, sorry. When I'm reading a story, I can easily imagine what the characters might look like. Slightly agree. I am fascinated by dates. I'll put slightly agree. I don't know what kind of dates they're talking about though. I'm guessing the date of like what day it is. I'm guessing not like actual dates. You go out on a date. I don't think that's what they're talking about. In a social group, I can easily keep track of several different people's conversations. No, not at all. Slightly disagree. I mean, definitely disagree. I find social situations easy. Definitely disagree. I suck at anything social. I'm not a very social person. I do not know how to act or properly act in a social situation or talking with someone in person. I do not know how to do that. I tend to notice details that others do not. Definitely agree. I would rather go to a library than to a party. Definitely agree. I would rather read a book than go to a party. I'd actually probably pretty much do anything than go to a party. I hate parties. I don't like being around people. I don't like being around people who do drugs or drink. It's just not fun for me. I'd rather read a book. Oh, and I'd rather be by myself. I find making up stories easy. I'll put slightly agree. I'm not very good at making up stories. I'm very bad at that. I don't know. I suck at that. That's one thing I really suck at. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than to things. Definitely disagree. I tend to have very strong interests which I get upset about if I can't pursue. Definitely agree. Definitely agree. I enjoy social chit chat. Definitely disagree. When I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in edgewise. Slightly disagree. I'm fascinated by numbers. Yes. Very, very fascinated by numbers. Very, very fascinated by numbers. When I'm reading a story, I find it difficult to work out the characters' intentions. Slightly disagree. I don't particularly enjoy reading fiction. Slightly disagree. I find it hard to make new friends. Definitely agree. Definitely. I suck at making new friends. I suck at just pretty much anything to do with social stuff. And if you guys want to take this test also, I'll put the link in the description below. So yeah, I think there's 50 questions. I notice patterns in things all the time. Definitely agree. I'd rather go to a theater than to a museum. I'll put definitely disagree, because I really would love to go to a museum. Museums are my favorite things. Theater, I don't really care, but museums are really awesome to me. It does not upset me if my daily routine is disturbed. Definitely disagree. If it gets disturbed in any way possible, I get really upset. I frequently find that I don't know how to keep a conversation going. Yes. Yes, definitely agree. I find it easy to read between the lines when someone's talking to me. Slightly agree. I usually concentrate more on the whole picture rather than small details. Slightly disagree. I always notice all the small details. I'll put definitely disagree. I'm not very good at remembering phone numbers. Slightly agree. I'm not very good at remembering phone numbers because I don't really care. I don't usually notice small things in a situation or a person's appearance. Small changes in a situation. Slightly agree. Yeah, I'm not very good at that. I don't know how to tell if someone's listening to me is getting bored. Slightly disagree. I find it easy to do more than one thing at once. Definitely agree. When I talk on the phone, I'm not sure when it's my turn to speak. Definitely agree. I suck at that. I suck at anything to do with talking to people. I'm not I have no idea when to talk, what to talk about, or anything like that. I enjoy doing things spontaneously. Slightly disagree. I am often the last to understand the point of a joke. Slightly disagree. I don't really like jokes. Someone tells a joke, I'm like, that's cool, I guess. I find it easy to work out what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face. Definitely disagree. Actually, I'll put I'll put definitely disagree. If there's an interruption, I can switch back to what I was doing very quickly. Slightly agree. I'm good at social chit chat. Definitely disagree. People often tell me that I keep going on and on about the same thing. Slightly agree. I try not to. I try to always... I like talking about the same thing, especially if it's something that it's I really am fascinated in, or I really enjoy talking about. Then I always talk about the same thing sometimes. When I was young, I used to enjoy playing games involving pretending with other children. Slightly agree. I like to collect information about categories of things, types of cars, birds. Yes, definitely agree. I find it difficult to imagine what it would be like to be someone else. Yes, slightly agree. I like to carefully plan any activities I participate in. Definitely disagree. I am not a good planner. Not a good planner. I enjoy social occasions. Definitely disagree. I find it difficult to work out people's intentions. Slightly agree. New situations make me anxious. Definitely agree. I enjoy meeting new people. Definitely disagree. In person, that is. In person, no. Over the internet, yeah. I'm a good diplomat. Definitely disagree. I'm not very good at remembering people's date of birth. Definitely agree. I find it very easy to play games with children that involve pretending. I don't like that question. Definitely disagree. Alright, let's see what I get. 35 out of possible 50. Okay. Scores in the 33 to 50 range indicate insignificant autistic traits. Okay. So, the thing is I'm schizophrenic, and I'm thinking that schizophrenics and autistic people kind of have similar traits, you know, at least with the social stuff. At least for me. I'm not sure about other schizophrenics, but for me, a lot of the social situations are kind of similar with autism, because me, for example, when I'm talking to people, I don't look at their eyes. Now, a lot of autistic people do that. I cannot look into someone's eyes when I'm talking to them. I maybe glance at them for like a second if they're not looking at me or something, or if I do that, then I look away real quick. I'm not sure if that's, and a lot of autistic people do that, but I'm pretty sure they do. They don't like looking in people's eyes. So I'm thinking that for me as a schizophrenic, it's very similar to autism in the social range. Maybe some other things I have I have autistic traits also, but that's not too bad. 35 out of 50, that's not too bad. That's not too high, it's not too low or anything like that. I'm probably about in the little bit above range for someone like that, but yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting test. I know I was streaming one day, and I was doing the test while I was streaming, and somebody was like, I got a 49 out of 50, and that person was autistic, like actual autistic. So yeah, that's really interesting. Autism is one of the most fascinating things to me. So like, it's just very cool. I love learning about autism, and I love talking to people who have autism. It's one of the things that's most fascinating to me, because there's the people who are autistic savants, like Sam Peake, I think's his name. He was an autistic savant, and Daniel Tammet, I think I say that right. Their minds are insane, like beautiful minds. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe, like for more and stuff like that. If you want to follow me on all my social medias, they'll be down in the description below, and also the link for this test will be in the description below if you guys feel like taking it. Now, I obviously don't have autism, so it's just a test. Don't take these tests too seriously. So yeah, I'll see you guys later, and yeah, bye.